You know exactly what the plan is.
And you know, in the spirit of talking about teams, we're gonna transition beautifully to the NBA joint.
Let's do it.
And talking about teams too, because this is the first team I want to start with. They're currently playing right now. You said you got the Heat -4.
The Heat minus. Is that the way it works, right? The -4 on. I got them winning.
Heat score right now. The Heat 84-74. 1 minute left in the third quarter.
So right now it's up.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. So
the Heat, and they're in their playing game against Atlanta, and I'm tired of them motherfuckers being in the playing game. They should be in a higher level, but
they're the playing champs.
They're the playing champs.
The playing game is damn near the Miami Heat Invitational at this point because they're in it every year.
Every year for the last couple of years.
Them and DeMar DeRozan, they're in it every year. It's freaking crazy. What's your opinion on them and their situation? Because I have strong opinions on the Heat. I think they got to rebuild. I think they're stuck in mediocre hell. I think the worst place in the NBA you could be is in the middle. You either want to be seriously competing for championships or you want to be dog shit bat stacking up draft picks so you could rebuild. I feel like the Heat, they have an issue where they have incredibly good coaching. Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley could get 1, 2, 3, all 5, 6 of us right now, and we'll probably, get a playing seed, and we'll probably be able to play for at least a chance. But that's not good because you're competitive in a sense. The fans have something to root for. Maybe that's cool. You're not the Hornets. You're not a shitty franchise, but you have no chance of being the Thunder. You have no chance of being the Cavs, of getting these high draft picks that get you these people. The Lakers. I'm a Lakers guy, and I saw Kobe's.
Wait, you're a Lakers guy?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah. So and I it was tough watching those sad years. Right after Kobe dipped, and his last years too.
He didn't dip. Rest in peace.
Right, rest in peace. But I'm saying
Kobe dipped out the building.
But he retired. Kobe retired, and I'm saying in his last years we're playing dog shit bad. But I'm grateful for those years with Rob Sacre and Robert Kelly and all these bums and bro, we had some crazy people on our team.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It led to the draft picks that we got Anthony Davis with. You feel me? The Heat haven't had a good high draft pick in forever.
And they still accomplishing a lot of goals.
Great coaching.
Great coaching with a whole roster that's undrafted, with a whole bunch of rosters that weren't recruited. So these people fall into the game plan of hard work and success.
You buy into Heat culture?
Absolutely. I'm rocking that shit right now.
I have opinions on that too.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Every team got their formula. Every team got their coaching staff. Every team knows how to play with what they have.
Uh-huh.
The game plan that you just said, the Lakers that you just said, they can't have. Well, maybe they could, but they can't have a team of undrafted players and succeed the way they are. Their name is too big. Their tickets are too expensive. Like, their brand is too big. They have to cut the check to bring in the one in a lifetime player generation. Like, they have to do that. The Heat don't have to do that.
You're saying the market being big affects the fact that you have to be competitive?
The market being big, you have to be competitive? No.
Because you're saying the big names, like you have like.
Well, you said I believe in Heat culture. So the Heat culture is be a dog. You're called upon when you're called upon, and you gotta show and prove. So be ready, so you don't have to get ready, right? Is that the saying? Get ready, so you don't have to be ready. One of them is the same. Yeah. So anybody across the line and the bench, they're all gonna produce. They're all gonna work hard. Now, the only thing the Heat hasn't had that now they got this year, maybe last year, was a big man. We always undermanned, undersized.
I like Ware a lot.
Udonis, exactly. Udonis, his whole career, he was undersized. Mourning, his whole career, he was undersized. And who else we had? Grant Long, years ago. So now
you guys
we got
had
seven
the big
footers.
three. You guys didn't even have a big man. You guys let Chris Bosh play center and
Chris
Joel
Bosh,
Anthony and Chris
undersized,
Henderson.
undersized. So for the last year, we had Orlando Robinson out of UNLV, and he was undrafted, but he's not here no more. But he was a 7-footer, and now we got Ware, and Ware is doing a thing as a young man. He's 19.
He's incredible. I think that he should rebuild right now. Trade Tyler Hero, trade Bam, rebuild around him. Maybe keep Wiggins. Maybe trade him too for picks. Trade him all. Rebuild around Ware.
I think
Mitchell.
You're
I like
completely
Ware.
wrong and all of that shit. I don't think we trade nobody. Well, trade some key players, but not Tyler, not Bam, and not Wiggins. We just got Wiggins. We won on that trade with Wiggins. We won on that trade with Wiggins. Jimmy left.
I don't know.
We like Jimmy. I like Jimmy. You know what be funny? Those Facebook memory posts be coming on when it's like 10 years ago. What you fucking snitched on you. What you did 10 years ago. And there's a Facebook memory that came up and it was me saying fuck Chicago. I don't like Chicago, but number 22 is a motherfucker.
Jimmy Butler.
That's and it was a 10-year-old post.
Yep.
And I was like, oh shit, I've been rock. I forgot I was rocking with Jimmy when he was with the Bulls. But the point is, I think Jimmy gave us everything he could.
Facts.
It could have been more, but at the same time,
I agree.
His departure is always opinionated. You know, there's other ways to go about it, or there's other ways to just say I can't do it, or you end the contract, you don't sign. But there's always some drama that the media wants to uphold, or that we see on the outside.
No, I gotta push back there, Paul, because there's a lot of players that leave teams and hey, they get traded. Balabinga. Jimmy, he has a track record everywhere he's been, and I like his game, but that guy's a drama queen. And listen, I'm all for it. I'm a fan of ball.
Not culture.
Drama King.
But, yeah,
shout out to
Drama King, but shout out DJ Drama as well. But anyways, you know, he has a track record, and honestly, I'm surprised the Heat shit ended the way it did. I'm also surprised, you know, the Heat. Listen, man, I think Pat Riley's the main character of the NBA. He's been involved with like 19 NBA finals as a player, coach, staff member, all kinds of shit. Like, I think he's a legend. But I'm not gonna lie, the Dame not pulling the trigger on the Dame shit, keeping Tyler Hero, that was kind of crazy. And I understand Dame's hurt right now, Bucks look crazy, but I think that would have been a great move for Jimmy.
I wanted Dame.
I wanted Dame too. Dame's one of my favorite basketball memories.
I wanted Dame.
Is Dame's highlight,
and he raps, right?
Yeah, and he's the best rapper in NBA.
I wanted Dame.
Facts.
But if you look at the way it played out, Dame went to Milwaukee and then immediately got hurt. And it happens.
But they've been looking good. Yeah, but when he looks healthy, I think the record's pretty good with Giannis and them healthy.
No, hands down. And Dame would have changed the whole dynamic.
And I was just having this conversation earlier this week, dog. The big issue, and I'm not a big Tyler Hero fan, but I feel bad for him, and I feel bad for guys like Devin Booker because you got a shooting guard being asked to play point guard. He's never going to get his full level because he's got to serve everybody up. He's got to get everybody the ball and then still find his shot. But that's not their position.
But that's the Heat culture. You got to be diverse, and you got to
be ready. Make it happen. Yes, make it happen.
Make it work.
Yeah.
Because while everybody know he's lights out, if he's handling the ball and delivering and facilitating to these other players, that opens up the defense. That opens up for somebody else to make a point. So it's not ideal. You know, I wish we had a.
So if you had to pick 9 guys deep like the Heat were the Gabe Vincent, Jimmy Butler years, where you have 9 guys that any day one of them could go for 20, 30. Would you prefer that? Because I'll be honest, I've realized now that I'm more of a traditional guy where I prefer my option 1, option 2, option 3, and we got our fucking role players. We got our guys that could make it happen afterwards. But I feel like the Heat don't have that.
I think, you know why? Because if Jimmy scored 34, we could still lose. Or when Dwayne Wade scored 40, we still lost.
Exactly.
But if everybody scored 10, we win by 20. You know what I'm saying? So let everybody touch the ball. Let everybody play the game. We hit them from all angles, inside the paint, outside the perimeter. We hitting. So if everybody scores 10 points on the roster, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Technically, not necessarily 10. Don't kill me on the math and shit. But if everybody scored 10 or 12, but the big man, let's say he gets 10 rebounds and he scored 4 points, he still did what he had to do. So if everybody spreads the stats, bro, we can still win.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's say he, have a decent run in the playoffs this year. What do you want to see happen in the offseason for them, real quick? Is there a player you'd like to see move?
Well, word around town is KD might make a move, even though he's a little older, but it's still easy money sniper.
Yeah, KD's KD.
KD can shoot it from anywhere,
and
he brings that dog mentality that the Heat also. There's certain players and certain times throughout the season where we're so plush and we're so luxurious being in the big city of Miami. You know, we need that dog, which was Jimmy in most sense, which was Udonis his whole career.
That's a good point.
You know, which everybody's always on we got brand, we got sponsored. I got to wake up tomorrow and do a commercial. I got to go to radio. Not talking shit about no artist. I mean, no athlete. You got to live your lifestyle. But where's that?
Elbow grease, yeah, the blue collar.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't had that. We needed somebody to come off the bench and knock somebody on their ass. That was Udonis.
Yeah.
Respectfully. Bam got a little bit of dirt, but then Bam, he went worldwide, won an Olympic gold medal. Now he
Night Off. I like Night Off. I think Davion Mitchell, he's young, but I think he can turn into something
he's
good.
A man, so we need a dog.
He has good intangibles.
So who can have that dog mentality that'll generate throughout the entire roster, and then everybody. We had kind of that. I was gonna say Max Strus, but he was just a quiet dude. But he was lethal, bro. He was doing shit, and then Max Strus left.
Yeah, streaky. He's
And
still streaky.
so
Yeah.